So, pre-chat time. It's a lovely day, actually. I should probably be in the garden doing some gardening. But anyway, I'm here with you. So today's guest is Tyler West. Now, Tyler West is a presenter. He's not just a radio presenter. He's a TV presenter, and he has his own show called Flat Out Fabulous, which is on BBC 3, which is just helping people do up the houses and just that feel-good stuff as well. He's on Kiss as well, doing some wonderful stuff, as always, playing some awesome tunes, which we play good tunes with Bethia Beats, not that there's competition. He does a drive time show. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. And let's start the podcast. Hello, Daniel Johnson here, and Darcy on the sofa. You can't see it because this is a podcast, but this is Best Thing. We're still in Series 3. It's been a lovely series so far. Anyway, this is Best Thing, where we talk about the best things in people's lives. From food, travel, TV and film, music, something random, and of course saying something nice about themselves. Today's guest is Tyler West, as you may have heard in the pre-chat. He is a radio presenter and TV presenter. He's doing so much, and we get to find out all about his best things very, very soon. As always, we've got Adam Harris doing his Fact Chicken, Bethia Beats bring us the best in brand new music, and the boys Tom and Revan doing their reviews, not just films but TV shows as well. Is it going to be Tom? Is it going to be Revan? Who knows? Find out very soon. Up next, Adam Harris's Fact Checking, Cluck Cluck, and then interview with Tyler West.
Hey, Fact Chicken doing the fact checking for you. Apparently there is one animal that has more than one brain. In fact, it has 32 brains. We're going to find out what that animal is at the end of the episode. Come back, see me. Fact Chicken, cluck cluck.
If you're looking for something completely different for a friend's birthday, anniversary, or you just want to wish them good luck in their new job, but I can't do a video, that'd be rubbish, who could I get? Well, you could get loads of people at Memo. Get a personal video message from your favourite celebrity. But who? Well, let me tell you. What about Charlotte Crosby from Geordie Shore? Or Sandra? Or Sandy from Gogglebox? Gabby Allen, Amy Childs, and if they like sport, you can get Matt Letitia, Glenn Hoddle, John Barnes, Paul Ince, and Razor Ruddock. You can even get Carol Baskin. Who's that? She's on Tiger King, of course. Oh, yes. All you have to do is write a message, and you get your video within 7 days. A perfect gift, and the best thing you could do for a friend today. It's that easy. Just go to memo.me. That's memo.me. Why not get a fun celebrity message today?
I had to find my mic.
I mean, I think it's taken us like a while because, like, it's funny because I was listening back to your podcast like ages ago, and I was like, when it stopped and you got the job at Kiss, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like, no, because when you kind of get used to kind of people's weekly listens, and you can just listen to a podcast and what's going on, and I just felt like there wasn't many people that, like, it sounds really stupid, but there wasn't many people doing podcasts that looked like me a bit, and I don't know why that makes a difference, right? But sometimes it just does. Like, everyone kind of just, I don't know, you were just saying some really nice, interesting stuff, and I sort of followed your journey, and I thought, you knew what you were talking about, but you weren't sort of just saying stuff to say it. You had something to say.
That's very nice of you, man.
But it was really nice. And a quick one on this, actually. The interview you did with your dad not long ago was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it was that was
really
I think that was one of the moments of 2020 which was just it was bizarre. Like, I had such an awakening, like, in terms of like identity and stuff, like throughout 2020 with everything that went on with the Black Lives Matter movement and things like that. And then when it came up to that moment that we could actually get my dad on the show, it was just like it just hit home, man. Like, and now me and my dad, like, we're in like the sort of best place ever. There was a lot that got cut from that interview, just because it was yeah, there was a lot of truths. Like I just kind of, I didn't really bring my dad in on what was about to go down, to be fair, but I just went in on him and I just said like, why was you not there? Like sort of thing. Like it was a mad experience. But it was things that I needed to get off my chest to get peace with it. Otherwise it was just always going to be on my mind.
And if you don't hit it head on, I think that's you have to do that, or otherwise you have those questions that one day you might not get answered. So you may as well just say, "You're in front of me. Let's have a little chat."
100%.
I think it was really honest, and I think that's what your the whole aura about you is literally honesty.
Yeah,
and I don't know why I've started off like this, because this is not how the podcast goes at all. But I just wanted to say, I was like, no, like it was amazing. And I had a turbulent relationship with my dad. And do you know what? It's so difficult because even though in the situation, what's going on now, could you imagine being like them and our age at the time that they grew up? Like, what?
I know.
Like my parents had to go to gay bars so they didn't get any crap, right?
Yeah.
Because they're a mixed race couple. My mom was white, my dad was black. And they could just go to these gay bars and like no one cared.
Yeah.
They just felt like so secure about that situation. My dad was quite chilled.
So bizarre, man. So bizarre. And then even like you don't see many sort of mixed race old people. And it's like, so then when you deep it like that and just being like, right, we're gonna get old one day, we're gonna be like some mixed race pensioners. It's like you don't see many of them, and it's like, so we're still going through. This isn't like something that's quite like oh, it's an old tradition. There was loads of mixed race people back in the day, like it was unheard of sort of thing. So you can't, it's hard to imagine what they would have went through. But we're here now.
Yes, we are, and you're absolutely smashing it as well, mate. And your content that you're putting on social media is absolutely hilarious. Like
you've got to you got to stay positive, man.
Funny.
I've lost
the funny thing is
10 times.
People don't know how many takes that stuff takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have to edit it. Like there's no one else to do it. You're like, oh crap, I've got to storyboard this whole thing like a short movie.
100%. Well, some of them are planned out as if I'm making some Quentin Tarantino movie, like as in like, oh yes, I want it to look from this shot and I'm going to do this. And I write out like a whole like sort of shot list. And then others are like, I just grab my phone and like whack it on record and I'm like, oh, fuck it, let's just give this a go. Like, let's just see what happens. And going back to the take thing, there's some videos that I've made throughout this lockdown, which my neighbors have been so close to calling the police on me. Like they're genuinely concerned for my well-being in my house at the moment. Like and then even the other day, like I started working on this. I've been made an ambassador for this really sort of incredible campaign with the Food Standards Agency to raise awareness about allergies. And now I had a mixture of meetings going on the day that I needed to have this meeting with this brand. And I was in between trying to make some content to put out on socials and stuff. And let's just say that the content involved, I haven't put the video out yet because I'm still yet to edit it. But the video involved a bacon outfit. Like I was dressed as a rasher of bacon. And I got my schedule mixed up. So I've jumped onto a call with my agent.
Just as bacon.
Thinking it's my agent on a Zoom call. Actually, it was the Food Standards Agency. About 7 people looking at me in this bacon outfit. Honestly, possibly one of the most embarrassing moments of lockdown so far. Like, I'm
gutted you're not wearing the bacon outfit right now.
So I got my giraffe here though. I got a little giraffe just in case we need it as well, man.
I've got my dog. She's hiding just on the side. We went for a walk for 3 minutes and she was like, it's too cold. I want to go back.
That's it. I'm done now. What dog is it?
King Charles Cavalier, which makes me sound stupidly like posh, but it's not. Though her name is Darcy, so that doesn't even freaking help. Do you know what? This is a great link in, and we'll do it. Pretty much what we do is we just talk about nice, good things about just stuff in your life. And that's it. Like the best thing that's happened to you when it comes to going somewhere or food or travel or music, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So the first thing we talk about is food. So I'm just going to link into that right now. Tyler, when it comes to food, what have you been eating? Can you cook? Are you a chef? Are you good in the kitchen? What's going on?
So I used to be the worst cook, man. Like I used to be so bad back in the day. Like me, my brother and my mum. Like when I was growing up, my mum did everything to make sure like we never went without. And we wasn't well off. We live on like a big council estate, and sometimes it got really, really tough to the point that we would need to go to Tesco like late at night, sort of when they have all like the reduced stuff out, and we'd have like a small budget. And me and my mum used to play a game with me and my brother, like, oh, right, let's see who can get like the cheapest meals, like sort of thing like that. And we would go around the supermarket, like hunting around like as if it was supermarket sweep, but I said I was 5. And we would be trying to get like the cheapest meals ever. Now, to some people, they're like, oh, bro, you had it really like really hard off sort of thing, like growing up. And I'm like, no, hold on a sec. Beans on toast is a sensational combination. It is honestly, it's
I had it the other week. It was amazing.
It's just it's an unreal combination. Recently, Weetabix tried to put beans on Weetabix. That was disgusting. That
Did you try it? Did you try it?
Yeah, I tried to try it. I tried it on my radio show. That was it. Like I had to clock off from the show early. I was like, this is it. This is disgusting. I felt to put E45 cream in a blender and drink it. Like it dried out my system. Disgusting. Never. But cooking, man, no, I've never really been one for that. The simple stuff, like I can cook up a mean scrambled egg, I can get the beans on toast, I can get the essentials down, and I can make a roast dinner, which I think is one of the most important skills to ever have in our lifetime.
I'm sorry, so you went from you can do sort of a scrambled egg, and you know what I mean, but then a roast dinner. What are your main things for roast dinner? What is like the thing that makes a roast dinner a roast dinner?
So if I've got time, it would be slow cooking the meat, whatever meat it is. It has to be slow cooked. It has to be sort of like tender, delicate, just falls off the bone sort of thing. A Yorkshire pudding, thick gravy, loads of veg, but not peas, because I think peas are clapped. But actually, other people like peas as well, so I would just have it on the plate, but I probably wouldn't eat them. And also honey roasted parsnips. They are the essentials.
You just named a whole roasted. There wasn't one thing. I thought you'd be like, yeah, no, probably the potatoes. No, you just went, no. It's
no. Wait, that's what I didn't mention. The potatoes. The potatoes are like the greatest bit. So they have to be parboiled, fluffy on the inside. And I just like mine extra crispy, man. I leave them in a little bit longer. Some people don't like them as well done as I do, but yeah, that's it, man. Oh, roast dinner goes off.
Have you ever tried to do a Christmas dinner? Have you tried to do that?
The key word in that sentence, Nathaniel, the key word is tried. You know, and it's like it's the reason why my rights have been revoked for the rest of my life. You know, like my girlfriend's already said, no, that's it. I'll leave the roasting. I'll we'll go to family at Christmas. That's it. It's, you know, that one there. I'm quite happy that, you know, like my parents ain't together, and that like my brother doesn't live with me, and like everybody's all spread out sort of thing. Because it just means when it comes to Christmas, I'm going to be last on that list to put my name into the hat to host it, man. Forget that. Like drinks bar.
Hosting's stressful. Hosting is stressful. Like super stressful. I mean, this Christmas was great because literally there was no one. It's just like,
do you know what I mean? Like you can just sit there in your pajamas, watch all the Christmas movies possible, and just eat whatever you wanted. Whereas like every other Christmas, like people get dressed up and they rush around to houses. Like I don't know what Christmas is like for you, but it's like quite a hectic one. You got to make sure that you tick off a list and see this person, and I've got to see that person over the Christmas period. And then you know what, the long list happens, but then you don't end up seeing half the people till 2021. And then it's like, all right, well, I'll see you in the new year then. I've got to see you in the new year. It's going to be 2022 in a minute.
I'm weirdly, I don't know why we're talking about Christmas though, because it's been ages away, but I'm weirdly organized when it comes to Christmas. But I've hosted twice, and it's like this year, like I said, like it just, nothing kind of happened. So we sat down and it was movie time. We'll talk about films a bit later, but we watched the best Christmas movie ever. We watched Alien. Sigourney Weaver.
Lovely. You know what? That just screams Santa at me. That does. That is just Christmas movies. Santa hat. You know what I mean?
Santa hat on. It's fine. It's fine. What don't you like? What food don't you like, Tyler? What are you not in? What you're not eating?
There's little things like, obviously there's like Marmite, and there's like
you're missing out.
No, No. Do you know what? In that case, you know what, Daniel, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you
See you
this
later,
morning.
mate. Bye.
Like, let's go. That's it. Marmite, I'd rather poo in my hands and clap than eat Marmite, mate. Like honestly, it's ridiculous. Like I feel like the taste, the texture, the madness smell that it gives off. And I think I was traumatized. There was one girl in my primary school that ate Marmite and she was sick. Just after we came back from lunchtime, and it touched my trainers, my kickers at the time, and it honestly that trauma. Sarah, I know she's listening now. It's in class 4C. I swear to God, you've put me off Marmite for life, and I'm one of those Marmite haters because of that.
I'm finding her. I'm going to tag her in this.
Yeah, 100%. I think she moved to South Africa actually. So I don't know. It might be an international thing. We might need to do a search party.
We'll step away from Marmite. We'll step
Yeah.
away, though you are literally missing out, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
For you, what would you say is the best thing when it comes to food?
I'd say, I mean, it's a controversial one as well because some people don't like it. They go like, "Oh, I'm in a food coma" and stuff like that. But food comas are the best thing for me. Like the fact that I can sit there, it's almost like food is the key to my heart. First of all, like it's always been. Like I've always been a massive foodie. I will eat anything and everything. I'm a bit hesitant on trying new foods that I haven't had, but there isn't many foods that I haven't had. And it's the idea that you can just sit there in your food coma, like not move. Your belly's basically just kissing you and going, "Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you very much." Do you know what I mean? Like, I hate to paint that vision, but like I literally sit there in living my best life in a food coma. So when it does come down to food, like when I go to a restaurant, I'm the worst person to go with because one, I don't share. Like I feel like, you know, I get the menu, you get the menu. We both get the same options. Okay. What is on my plate is on my plate. What's on your plate is on your plate. If you want to try something.
Can you share with them? Can you take something from their plate though? They can't take it from yours.
Oh, 100%. 100%. So this is it. So
You're Joey. You're Joey.
So yeah, I am Joey. I am. So when me and my girlfriend go for food, she's like, "Oh, I'm not really that hungry. I don't know if I should get the medium or the large, like the regular large." No, get the large. Do you know? Treat yourself. Treat yourself. And then the minute she sits there and like as soon as I see a knife and fork go together and sit at the side of the plate, I'm like, "Oh, you're not finished. You finished with that? Thank you." And that is it. And we just slide it on over. I'm like the leftover king. I can't let food go to waste, man. The best thing about food for me, genuinely, is just the fact that you can sit there in a food coma and I will eat everything and anything.
You smashed it. We're on series 3 and no one has said food coma. I can't even say it. No one has said food coma. That's amazing. I like that. Next up, we're going to be talking travel. Not like we've been anywhere, but we are going to be talking travel. Tyler, travel. Places that you really like to go to that you've not been to. Where are those? Where have you not been?
Oh, there's a long bucket list, man. There's like Bali. There's like, I really wanted to go to Beijing. I really wanted to go to Egypt. I only actually went on my first sort of like long haul out of this country holiday back in like, I think it was 2016, maybe, like around that time. Like I was 18. I was 18 at the time. And then and it was the best experience I've ever done. We went to Dominican Republic. My nan, like, wow. God bless her. Yeah, no, she left some inheritance money. And was like to me, my mum, my brother, and that was like, "Oh, listen, like when I'm not here, God forbid, when the day comes, I just want you to go on a holiday where you haven't got to worry about anything." Oh, thank the Lord for all inclusive. Let me tell you, I was all but this is where it got to my head, right?
Food coma. Food comas.
This is where it goes back to the food sitch. Because anytime now I go on a holiday, I'm tempted. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I want to experience the culture. I want to do this. I want to do that." But more importantly, is it 24-hour food and drink? Like that is my like, I don't know what it is, but there's something about it. And then the worst thing is that on this holiday, on like day 1 and 2 in Dominican Republic, I was like, "Oh, you sure? Like, or is that free? Or how much is it? Or do I have to charge it to the room?" And they were like, "No, it's free. Like, you take it and stuff like that." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not going to finish all 8 pancakes," sort of thing like that. Yeah, I'm sitting there panicking, and then they're like, "No, take it." And they're such lovely people. Dominican people are lovely. Like, they're amazing. And then by the time it got to like the 6th, 7th day, I was full on walking around the pool with a tray of shots as if I just bought the whole round. And I was like, oh, do you fancy a shot? Do you fancy a shot?
You got comfortable, is what
I
you're trying to say.
got way too comfortable. And that's the problem, is because now every holiday's got to try and live up to that expectation. I'm just like, yeah, man, it's completely redefined. But there's a long list. There's a bucket list of destinations and places I want to get off to. Obviously, if we can, outside of COVID.
I think that's gonna happen though. I think that'd be fun. Can you imagine, like, everyone, like, you can't even book a place in Cornwall now. Like,
I know. You know, life's got mad at it when you can't go down to Cornwall. It's like, lower your standards, people. Yeah,
it's like £1,000 for 4 days in Cornwall for like a tiny cottage. You're like, what the?
It's mad. It's mad.
Where did you go? Did you go anywhere when you were younger? Because I didn't go. I've never been abroad with my family ever. Yeah. I don't think.
What, you've never done like a full trip with like your whole fam?
No. I've been to Portugal with my sister for a wedding, and that's it. I've never been on holiday with my mum or dad. So, and I think I'm going to change that. I think my mum's got a big birthday coming up, so I think we're going to try and take her away. But what did you do when you were younger? Did you go anywhere?
So we didn't do any sort of like little getaways and holidays and stuff like that. Me, my mum, my brother, we used to go down to my nan, and really, like, mum's side of the family lived down by the coast in Broadstairs in Kent.
Nice.
So for me, the holiday, when somebody said holiday, my holiday was like, the summer holidays. It would be, you know, those 6-7 weeks of the summer where we would go down to my nan's, sleep in the living room, and live our absolute best lives going down to the beach. Like, I like, that's where I grew up. I was like, yeah, 100%. Let's go down to Broadstairs. The people there were nice. It was just that sort of, I'd never been on the beach before, so I was gassed when I got down there and saw seaweed and like stuff like that, and I was happy. Yeah, man. But then now it's like, after I went Dominican, I got the travel bug, and it just made me feel like, I don't know if you ever sit there and just philosophize. I'm really not one for all of this stuff, to sit there and go into like deep thought and stuff. But it makes you realize how much of like this small tiny dot you are on the earth. Like, there's so many countries and so many places that I've like, there's so many places, like, even when I went to Dominican, that I saw. And I'm like, I'm probably never going to look at this tree ever again. You know what I mean? I go on an all-inclusive holiday to look at a tree, and then I come away with that absolute mind-blowing facts that I'm never going to see that tree ever again.
Remind me never to see any of your holiday pictures. Just be like, another tree. It's a nice park bench that you got there. Great.
So you know what's going through my mind? Whenever you catch a photo on my Instagram of me on holiday somewhere, you know that I took a picture in front of that tree, because that tree fucking meant a lot to me. That did. Yeah, that church in the background. Yeah, in that little village. Lovely.
I would never visit a church in any like place in the UK, but if I go on holiday, for some reason, I visit 5. What?
Yeah. And I come back with some awakening as well, as if it's just like a normal, like, as if like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really cultural now. Like, I understand everything. Oh yeah, the culture over there. Oh no, they would never do that over in Dominican. It's like I've become the PR for Dominican Republic. It's mad.
Where is the best place you've been, would you say?
I think for me, it's a flip up between 2 locations. So one, I went over to, I was lucky enough back in 2019 to go over to Los Angeles. It was like a work trip where I got to go over there and have some meetings with some really incredible people, and just experience it with my best boy Sam. And then we did like a little weekend in Vegas while we was over there as well. It was just mental. It was mind blowing. It was that sort of that LA lifestyle for a couple of weeks, which was beautiful. But it's a switch up between that and, actually, I know you're gonna absolutely hate me for this, but I actually did manage to get away during COVID.
I don't hate you at all. I applaud you, because I'm just absolutely gutted. I went to Devon, so there you go.
There you go. I mean,
where did you go? Come on, tell us, where did you go?
I wasn't. No, don't. People are just going to be thinking, oh yeah, he went to Dubai, didn't he? No, I didn't. Like, influence the best over there. Like, I did not go to Dubai. I managed to book. Me and my girlfriend got away just before like the sort of travel restrictions and lockdown really got worse. And it was in 2020. It was in about August, just before August. And we went away to Crete. We went away to Greece. A beautiful place called Stellar Island, which is like, I saw it trending on like a few like Lad Bibles pages and stuff like that, and it was like they tried to call it the Maldives of Greece or something like that, because they had like these floating villas and stuff. So the funny thing about this holiday is that Me and my girlfriend, who we was just seeing each other at the time, I was just waiting for this. I'm a really, really romantic character, right? So I was waiting for the right time to ask her out. So I thought, oh, right, well, we're going away. We've booked like a little getaway. Like, why not just do it while we're out there? And I had a plan to go and do it on like a beach or a boat or somewhere magnificent. And I met some people while we were there. We met a load of like probably about 10 other couples, sort of thing like that. And they were like, oh, shall we hire out a boat? And I was like, yeah, 100%. Like, you're nice people. We can go do this. So we went into this little Cretan town, into this little office, which this woman's just sitting there with a book and a piece of paper. And she's like, yeah, you want to book boat? And there was a real big language barrier between us both. Long story short, I gave over the money. And then we went away, and I was like, oh, we don't actually have a contact number. Like, they have our number, but we don't have theirs. And then we went back to the shop. The shop had packed up, like, as in, like, it wasn't there no more. So I've given money over to this woman, like 10 couples money. And then they were like, yeah, no, we're not, they're not there no more. So we just had to hope that we turn up to this address at 10 a.m. and a boat is going to pick us up. We get there. The boat was afloat. It was behind a shipwreck, which we was kind of like panicking about. But yeah, the boat was there. We went on the boat, and it was just the most incredible like sort of boat experience going into like the coves in Greece and stuff like that. And it was one of my favorite holidays by far. And also, I then asked her out, asked Mimi out on that holiday, and it was like on the boat, on the front of the boat. It was so romantic. Now the problem with that is, Daniel, is that now I should have basically got down on one knee, I think.
Yeah, you set a precedent now. Like, you're screwed.
100%. But I accept that. I was like, this is it. Like, it needs to be. I need to hope that I can get on a spaceship and go to Mars, because the way it was romantic, it was a joke. It was an absolute joke. And then getting seasick on the way back was a bit embarrassing as well. But yeah, we move.
You need to be old school and just ask them out outside McDonald's. Come on. Let's do that. That's what used to happen back in the day. You fold a little note up. Will you go out with me? And then sort of give it to their friend, and it's fine. They can take it.
And the note was a $1.99 Big Mac. Oh yeah.
that had expired last week.
Yeah. You know?
I love that we spoke about travel so much as well. So what would you say is the best thing about travel for you? Is it asking out your girlfriend and
setting really romantic expectations? Yeah, setting the levels a bit too high for myself that I can't live up to it. I think the best thing about travel is that no matter how busy your life is, no matter how much you think like your life is up, like there's always like something more out there. There's always something else to go see, somewhere to go and visit, and some incredible things to experience. And now, like, I've got the travel bug. Like, as soon as like lockdown is lifted, I think that's one of the things that I want to dedicate more time to, is just going to see the world.
I think everyone's going to be doing that. For Tyler, the best thing about travel is sort of there's something more out there, and to keep on exploring and stuff. I like that. Next up, we're going to be talking TV and film. We'll be right back with Tyler West's best thing to do with TV and film. But first, we've got the boys doing their review. So over to Tom or Revan, whichever one it is.
Hey guys, this week I'm going to be talking about the 1985 cult classic After Hours, directed by Martin Scorsese. Here's a clip.
Why don't you just go home?
I've been asking myself that one all night long.
So what happened? Why can't you?
I met this girl tonight, okay, in a coffee shop.
I feel like something incredible is really going to happen here.
So when I got home, I gave her a call. On the cab on the way down here, all my money flew out the window. I didn't really get along with her that well.
What's the matter?
I said, I want to see a plaster of Paris bagel and cream cheese paperweight. Now cough it up. So I left.
Alright, so lockdown's given us a heck of a lot of free time, as I'm sure you all know, and with that free time I decided to kind of venture into Martin Scorsese's filmography. I'd seen a lot of his work already, like some of his more recent films like Wolf of Wall Street, Shutter Island, Hugo, that kind of thing, so I thought, I kind of knew what to expect. However, I discovered that Scorsese's sort of filmography from the late 70s, early 80s is this whole new world of just surrealist avant-garde fare, and it's incredibly exciting. I think if you look at Taxi Driver, The King of Comedy, and After Hours, you're looking at just the holy trinity of surrealist cinema. This film stars Griffin Dunn. He plays a computer data entry worker called Paul. I think it's helped massively due to the fact that he's kind of not really a movie star. I mean, he's not really got that kind of feel of a typical Scorsese protagonist like De Niro or DiCaprio, and so I think as an audience you find him almost unreadable and you're sort of questioning him the whole time, and that just really adds this extra layer of mystery. He meets a woman in a cafe, they go on a sort of very loosely defined date, and very quickly he's just plunged into the depths of New York and he has to sort of go on this odyssey. He's this rat caught in a trap. The whole film is just wacky as hell. He's just encountering, constant barrage of deranged New Yorkers. I think Catherine O'Hara plays one who's fantastic from Schitt's Creek. Also, the score is just beautiful in a way that only I think 80s scores can be. Just the look, the feel, it's truly New York in the 80s. It's scummy, cold, dank, all those things. I think if you're a fan of the Safdie brothers' work, like Good Time or Uncut Gems, the one that starred Adam Sandler on Netflix last year, you're really going to love this film because it felt to me like it was just the spiritual predecessor to it. I think the Safdie brothers owe a lot to Scorsese. Obviously both sets of filmmakers occupy New York. They both follow rather offbeat protagonists just going through a completely chaotic journey, so I think you could have a fantastic triple bill of these three films. So yeah, really recommend this one, guys. After Hours.
Tyler, TV and film. This is the year that I've probably watched more things than I've ever watched in my entire life. I've actually watched Game of Thrones now twice, all the way through, which is crazy. What the hell have you been watching?
Just a quick one on that though. Was you disappointed at the ending? Yes or no?
No. Oh, so first time, yes. Second time, no, because watching it in quick succession without having to wait week after week for an episode, like I'm doing for WandaVision, which is driving me insane. But it was a nice round off. And watching it a second time, I was like, oh, I know what's going on now. Because first time I watched it, no idea. I just had to just throw myself into it and just be like, okay, yeah, I love that character. Oh, Dead. Okay.
Yeah.
I just know that person's name, Dead. Why has Cersei and Sansa got such close names that I can't tell anyone without getting it the wrong way round? I was just like, oh, God damn it. But all I know is I love Tyrion then, and I love Tyrion now.
Yeah. Tyrion's the only one. He's the only consistent figure that I loved. But yeah, that was a bit of an emotional journey, that one, man. That was a bit of an emotional journey. I was a massive fan of it.
Great episodes, and great CGI. And it hasn't dated because there's no technology in it to date it. So if you watch old programs, the technology in those programs date it. But because Game of Thrones doesn't have any of those things, even digitally, it looks great. Still, even seriously,
you can watch it whenever. Yeah, I'm gonna show it to my kids one day. Can't wait for it, man.
Yeah. You have to wait until they're 18. Because that is a hard 18.
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever really looked at that, did they, when we was kids? I don't know. I never. I mean, it wasn't nothing to do with mum's parenting. It was to do with my older brother Lewis, who's 5 years older than me, just saying, "Go on, just do it," and just egging me on. He was the reason actually why I got in trouble as a kid so many times. Anyway, we'll come on to that topic of Lewis in another part of this podcast. But what have I been? What have I been watching? It has been films. First of all, are so close to food. As in, it's a key to my heart. Film and food together. You've got me hooked. You've sold it.
It's like a cinema's dream. You are. You know what I mean? That's what you go to the cinema to watch a film and eat the food.
I used to go cinema, and I used to do back-to-back cinema screenings. I used to literally go between screen 2 to screen 3, and I just used to love it, man. So that was one big thing that affected me throughout lockdown, the fact that I couldn't go to the cinema to escape. I love it. Large popcorn combo meals, extortionate. And also found out the other day that all them times there that you snuck food in. Yeah, you don't. It's not actually illegal to do that. So
it was when we were kids. When we were kids, you couldn't do it. But now they don't care.
Oh no, 100%. I'm taking in a full 3-course meal and stuff like that. But anyway, films and movies that they have been literally the key to my heart, man. We've ever since I was a kid, like most kids would go about on their scooters, bombing about out on the streets, like just enjoying themselves, going to play, football over the park with their friends. I would come home, I would get all of my work done at school. I was such a shy person at school. I would get all of my work done, just so that I didn't have any homework. I would like work throughout my lunch breaks and everything like that. I was the most unsociable kid. And then when I would get home, I would run home from school, be home as quick as possible, stick on Indiana Jones with a pack of rich tea biscuits and a cup of tea. And that was my childhood. Like genuine films were it for me. I don't know what it was. And it was just all of these, these incredible movies. And even now, so like since lockdown came about, like, because outside of lockdown, things can get quite busy and you can forget to take a minute for yourself. But the excuse that I needed to come up with to have movie days was there. It was like, I can't go out. Like I don't need to go do anything. As much as I go out and do my exercise and that, I get it done in the morning so that I can sit there in my pants with a tub of Biscoff and watch and leave it running on Netflix when it comes up. Are you still watching? It's like, yes, don't be rude. Do not be rude. I am 100% still watching. So yeah, the list goes on and on. I've been getting into like series more. I'm a sucker for like Hollywood movies, like sucker ones that probably everybody would skip, like Expendables 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like if you've got a huge cast on it,
classics.
If you've got Sylvester Stallone, if you've got any of those people there, I'm there. I love war movies. Got a lot of time for that. I love Dirty Dancing. All right, there I said it. Like that's a more recent one that's come about.
And you're keeping Mimi happy as well. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's it. She forced me into it, but then slyly, like she fell asleep. I kept watching. I had a choice. I kept
and
going.
You knew the dance by then, didn't you? You did a little practice.
100%. Made it into a little TikTok. Uploaded it onto my Instagram. It's all good. But there's loads, and it's always been a dream of mine actually. Like to be. Like, everybody always says, "Oh, what's the next thing?" And like, believe it or not, like acting is something that I would love to go into one day. I'd love to be in a movie. I'd love to be in a little short film or something like that. I've never got round to it, man.
You've got plenty of time. Do you have this thing that if any mixed race person is ever on TV, people are like, "Oh, it looks like you"? Do you get like? I had this thing of this Bridgerton thing situation, right, with this guy. The amount of people throw it to me. My hair's all crazy because like it's lockdown, but like it's. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like, especially when they're like super, super handsome. You're like, I take the compliment, but I'll feel like his ugly little brother in a minute. You know what I mean? Just sat next to him. I haven't actually watched Bridgerton. I need to watch it.
Yeah, I need to as well. I've seen the pictures of the man everybody's obsessing over though. Yeah, you do look like the brother. I can't lie. You do look like him. But that is the thing though, be it mixed race. Like anytime there's a mixed race person in the public eye, like, oh yeah, you look a little bit like him, innit? You look. They go to me. Oh, you look a little bit like Marvin from JLS. Yeah, you do.
Oh,
you do.
I mean,
and I'm like, hold on a sec. Now I'm working on Kiss, and he's a presenter over at another station. It's like. Do you know what I mean?
We won't even say it. Whatever. Yeah.
No, we can't do that. I can't give that. No, Jay, he's wicked, man. And like, yeah, their work's wicked and everything they do over there. But they,
I think you got better dance skills.
Thank you, man. I'll take that. I'll thank you. Look, I can do a serious candy. That's it. Yeah, I can do the serious candy step. But yeah, it's funny, isn't it? How they just, oh yeah, you look like him. You look like Will Smith. I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I really don't.
I'd like to have his money, but it's fine. Tyler, what would you say when it comes to TV and film for you? Is the best thing for you when it's is it a film? Is it a film coma?
You know what? I've never actually put that in a sentence, but I think that could be it, man. I think that's a beautiful way to describe it. It's a film coma. It's that one where your eyes just go dry from watching so many, and you're still like, you're sort of like, it's the reason why you need to, how often is it that you need to turn a mattress? Is it like every 2 years or something like that?
Yes. I mean, now you're reminding me. I'm like, one sec, I need to.
Do you know what I mean?
I can't remember.
But some people need to turn their mattress like every 2 years or however long it is, like that they suggest. I have to turn it pretty much monthly because I literally
just
leave an indent in the food in the food and film coma that I'm in. I love the idea that you can escape, man. I think that's the headline.
Quickly with this one, best film. What's your best film?
Oh man, this is like
just one. You can just pick one. Actually, no. A film you're gonna say that I should watch that I might have not seen. What would be that film?
Okay, war or comedy?
Comedy.
Have you seen Step Brothers?
No.
There you go. Go watch it.
There you go.
That's
I'm
all.
writing it down. Step Brothers. Right, okay. I'm gonna give you one. If you haven't seen Upgrade,
Oh, is that the one where he gets the chip in
Yep,
his
stem.
yeah. Have I seen it? Have I seen it? If not, it's on the watch list tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
that's on the watch
assuming
list tonight.
I'm assuming you've seen Get Out, which is just an incredible. Daniel Kaluuya is amazing. Next up, and I think we've got some stuff to talk about on this one. We're going to be talking music. We'll be right back with Tyler to find out what his best thing is to do with music. But before we do that, we've got Bethia Beats and her track of the pod. So over to you, Bethia.
The boy is mine. He took my hand and
Hi everyone, it's Bethia from Bethia's Beats. My chosen artist for this week is the very talented Billy Cullum. He's a talented actor and singer based in London who has just recently released his latest single, Kiss Away, along with a stunning music video, and I would highly recommend giving that video a watch. The choreography, the overall aesthetic is just so stunning and so well thought through. The track itself is about stepping into a relationship with all of the fuzziness, fears and feelings in between. It marks the first time Billy openly talks about his queer love in his lyrics, which I think is just amazing and must be celebrated. If you like the vibe of this song, here's a snippet of it playing in the background now, but stick around till the end of the podcast where the full song will be playing, and you can also find Billy's social media links and where to find this beautiful song. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.
boy and I, the king of my castle and my kryptonite. He blew my mind with every touch. He sparked a fire inside.
Tyler, I think you've got some stuff to say on this, but we're talking music. What are you listening to? What's on your Spotify or Apple? Because I always go to Spotify straight away, but then people are like, no, I'm actually on Apple Music. Which one are you on?
So as a DJ, I've been working out over the last few years, like what's the best way to organize my music? Because I was always iTunes, like throughout my whole life, and then everybody was on this Spotify hype, and I was like, what's the big deal about it? And I think that the playlists and the way that they're curated on Spotify is incredible. Like I could hit play on something, and it will just take it from one extreme to the, and it will be new some artists that I've never heard of. It'll be some tunes that I've never heard of that well-known artists have made. And I think it's just a much easier way to share and love and appreciate music. So I use iTunes to organize my library because obviously I have to have a lot of tunes going out and DJing. Do you know what I mean? But aside from that, it's like, yeah, Spotify has been the way forward for me, man. Like, and I also, the game changer is at Christmas, I actually got an Alexa for the first time.
Wait a minute! Now you've just started off everyone's Alexa. Stop! Whatever you're doing.
Not my one, though. Yeah. So if everyone else's Alexa's talking back to them right now, can we swap? Because my Alexa, I swear to God, is the only thing that doesn't listen to me in my life. Like I do it. I talk for a living, right? I talk for a living, and my Alexa does not listen to me. I'm talking. How many times have I just said it there? Look, it's looking at me, and it's just like, no, yeah, I'm not going to do it.
It's too early. It's too early. Before 11.
And I tell you the best time as well that Alexa doesn't want to listen to me is when my alarm clock goes off in the morning and it's too loud. And it's playing one of my... I say, Alexa, play my Spotify music, like to wake me up to. And then all of a sudden, it starts playing some random one that I don't even remember. Like, you remember when like U2 got added to like everybody's playlist and stuff that? It will be like a random tune like that. And then all of a sudden, it won't listen to me to turn off my alarm. So that's the stress in my life. But it is a beautiful thing, though. It is a beautiful thing. At the moment, one of the artists that have got me, well, I'd say it's a switch up between two. So there's Ari Lennox and Erykah Badu. And that is two...
Classic.
Do you know what I mean? Erykah Badu is incredible. My brother got me into her. And... there's just so, like, the list of them tracks right there goes on and on. No pun intended.
Her live stuff. Her go on and on.
Oh, you know, vocals. I love it.
The funny thing is, like, if you watch, I was working in Czech Republic, and the kids out there, the musicians are just crazy, but all of them are soul lovers, right? Really? And they all love the technical ability of Erica, what she does, and like that Jill Scott kind of thing, and blah blah. Like they've just got this beauty, and they always have the best bands. If you see these people live, you're like, okay, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it's a switch up. It's a switch up. Erykah Badu was incredible, man, and it's a switch up between that and then sometimes, you know what days I love for music? I love Sundays, because in the week I'm very much, I have to, obviously at my job, like I love the music. The one of the big reasons why I'm at KISS is because I love the music and what it stands for, and that goes back to its history with History, or it goes back to like the new music that comes through with the house beats and stuff like that. I love DJing to a crowd, playing some music and then seeing the crowd go wild with it. Like it's an incredible feeling I can't describe. But the reason why I love Sundays is because it's my excuse to play music which I would never sort of hear on the radio or like play of a day-to-day basis in the week. And it's like, so as soon as it gets to a Sunday morning, I'm like, Alexa, play Erykah Badu, play Ari Lennox, or it's like play Barrington Livy or play Beres Hammond, or any of those like reggae artists that I love, which kind of like stems from like definitely stems from my dad and his like favorite genres of music and stuff like that. Another feel good tune, which I think, and I genuinely believe that anybody can listen to it at any time and just vibe out to it. Jill Scott Golden, like I just think it's those tunes there which. It takes over. Like I could be in the worst mood possible. You play that, and you're taking my freedom. It's like yeah. It just goes on, man. I love it.
There's those artists that just literally cut through, and then there's artists that you've never heard of, and like you sort of say, you've said all these names, and I can't wait to go and actually listen to some of this Ari Lennox guy. I haven't heard him, but I heard a guy called PJ Morton, and he did like a cover of like How Deep Is Your Love, like a Bee Gees song, and then he used this girl called Yeba, and she sang on the vocals, and then he had a song with the old singer called JoJo, who was like a star in the sort of early 2000s. And this guy's soul is crazy. And then I just listened to the whole back catalog. And I love that when you just discover like these little artists and you're like, this is the shit. Like, this is going to make my day. And is Golden the song that just makes you happy anytime?
It could be that. I mean, at the moment, just specifically at the moment, Ari Lennox FaceTime, she sings an incredible tune right there. That's probably up there, and that kind of stems from this film I watched. I watched Creed 1 and 2, and Ari Lennox has a lot of tunes in that soundtrack. So basically, just listen to the Creed soundtrack. Ari Lennox she's just incredible.
I've written it down. My song that definitely makes you smile at any possibility and makes you feel good in the morning is Candy by Cameo. I don't know what it is.
See, the thing is, do you know what? That song there gives me so much joy and happiness, but then I just get flashbacks of every wedding that I've been to that it gets like 5.5 minutes in, and I'm like, you've got like Auntie Sandra over there and she's not giving up. And I'm like, I'm the last one to leave. I'm not like, it's still going dum, 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 like it's the proper outro. Until I hear the song go quiet, I'm not getting down. So
and then they get you back. They get you back with Luther. They do Never Too Much.
That's it. Oh my days, that is like 100%. That is my that's my wedding song when I'm older. Like
Beverly Knight can sing it well. So if you know Beverly, she can smash that out as well. She's a
game changer.
Tyler, what would you say is the best thing when it comes to music for you?
The best thing when it comes to music has got to be the feeling it can. The best thing when it comes to music has got to be the feeling it can cause so many people to have at the same time. It can make everybody happy. It can make everybody sad. It can move a crowd, an audience, or an individual. Just it's incredible.
I mean I thought you were just the feeling, but actually that it gives everyone, and I think that's so important. And I think as a child, it's the first thing you notice is music and beats and that sort of thing. And I think even when you're losing your marbles and you're at the end of your life, you'll probably still be able to sing like an Ari Lennox song.
It's the memories, man. Yeah, it's the memories. It's like, listen, I don't know my times table that very well, but I know Never Too Much off my heart.
The times table situation, did everyone tell you about the 9 times table on your fingers? It's like the best thing ever.
What
Has
do you
anyone
mean?
told you? Right, so you've got everyone's going to do this at home now. You put your fingers
Right.
up, right? So you got 10, right? If you
Yeah.
put this finger down, you've got 9 fingers, right? If you put the next finger down but put that up, right? Count that as a 10 and then count these numbers as units. And that's 2 9s is 18. So you got 5 and 8, so 18. Again, 27, 36. It's incredible. Can you imagine you were just taught that as a kid?
Why is it? See, this is what I mean. Why did schools complicate it when we were younger, man? Like
Simple.
I sat there
It's
and
simple.
honestly, I've gone grey so early just because of some of the stuff that Miss Chandy taught me in maths. But then also, if you'd have just said all I needed was to come on Daniel's podcast and then hold my fingers up and go like, "Oh, there you go, that's 27. It's fine." Do you know what I mean?
Remember, I used to be a primary school teacher, so you know,
Yeah,
I'm
this
just
is
saying,
it.
just saying. That's what I was teaching. That's what I taught. And I also did like sign language and stuff like that because I felt like when it comes to spelling, if you made it more physical and you knew how to sign like A, B, C, D, E, you know what I mean? Like if you knew how to do those things, it would make spelling easier because you've made it physical instead of having to remember how to spell these weird English words. Anyway, we're off topic. Next up, we're going to be talking something random. I have no idea what you're going to speak about, but we'll be coming back right after this. Tyler, something random. What is the best thing about something random for you? What are you going to say?
Okay, cool. One word that I'm
Here
gonna
we
lead
go.
in with. It then links to a load of other different objects.
Do it.
Torches,
What?
like as in like actual torches. Now this is you see kind of like when
No
people go
one
about
has
their
said
lives.
that.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I knew nobody would have said that because nobody's as passionate about me. I, from a very young age, was obsessed with like going on secret missions, right? And I was obsessed with like spies and things like that. And the thing that isn't weapons. Like I'm not obsessed with weapons. I'm not obsessed with any of those things or like hurting people. It's more just the gadgets. And torches is one of the things that I've never been able to let go of my whole entire life. It gives me so much. You buy me a torch. You can buy me a PlayStation 5. Thank you. I appreciate it. You buy me a torch.
Do you have one?
Cool.
Do you have one? Yeah,
luckily. But that's a whole nother podcast in itself. My journey to go get a PS5.
Back to torches. Let's do it.
Yeah. But torches were something just close to me throughout my whole childhood, man. And it's never gone. Like I've got about 19 torches. About 19. That's summarized down from about 32 though, and the only reason I got rid of about 5 of them was because they broke.
How dark is it where you are? Like, what's going on? Are you not eating carrots? You're not eating carrots. That's what's happening. Come on.
So this is the thing, is that like I don't actually get many opportunities to use them. The other day, for example, like there was a power cut in my neighborhood. Me and Mum are sitting there eating dinner. I was like,
you were so excited.
This is it. This is my life calling. I was like, this is the eureka moment that I've been waiting for. Like my life calling at the age of 24 has just come up to this moment right here. And I ran. I've never, you know, when you do that run up the stairs where you like skip 3 steps to try get up an extra bit quicker, you hit your toe in the process, but it's fine. You've got a mission at hand. I finally get to my chest of drawers, my bedside table. I've got loads under my bed, but I've got like the emergency ones in my bedside table. And the problem is that because there was a power cut, my drawer was a bit messed up and I couldn't find the torch in the So
you need it taped underneath your bed, like a place just taped, electrical tape that you can just go.
Yeah,
that's what you need.
Or a panic room or something like that I can just enter a little code and then boop, boop, it just comes out and you got the torch. So I was searching for a torch in the dark and then I finally get it and I click it on at the back. It was like a little FBI one. I click it on and I promise you, as I clicked it on, the whole street lit up and the power came back. And it was the most, honestly, it was one of my low moments throughout this lockdown.
We live in a simulation. They're messing with you. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? As if like, let's play with him a second. Let's just see if he can go get his torch. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Yeah, no, it's not funny. Like because to be honest, like and that torch, you know, it still came through. It was. So sometimes I do sit there. I got the blackout blinds. I turn the lights off. Just play about with the torches and stuff like that. That's the weird best thing, the most random thing for me. But then also that links into a load of other random objects. Like let me ask you, what sort of random purchases have you made throughout lockdown?
Do you want to go from my Amazon list? Is what you're trying to say?
This is what genuinely.
I tell you what's coming today: a shelf that goes in my shower, so I can put things on, so I don't have to bend down to go and get the shower gel all the time. So I've got a shelf, right?
Good.
That's all right. I've bought. See, I'm a screen protector guy. See, Apple phones. I can't deal with any cracks or anything like that. Not like I've smashed the phone for ages, but yeah. What else have I got on here? Oh, so you know when you have to have wiring going around your house, but you don't want it to have like horrible little tacks and stuff like that. I think they were the white ones with the nails, and you have to make. So you had to get like these clear ones. And they're clear little tacks, and you can pin it on the wall, and they look great. But if you ever have to take them off, they just take the paint off the wall. So you're like, ugh. So yeah. What about you? What have you done?
So that's what you see. Your purchases sound sensible, and I could actually, like, if you was to say to me, "All right, cool, I bought these little wiring tacks," you can know, like, oh right, you're going to use that for wiring. I mean, my list is a bit mad. It goes from sponges to like I bought a full size grown adult XL bacon outfit.
Of course, yes,
a rasher of bacon. I also bought a giraffe as well.
Yes, it's a nice giraffe. It's not
a real giraffe for people listening. No. It's just like one that sits on my bedside. Yeah, but basically,
I always like people's faces when you ask what noise does a giraffe make. They go,
"Oh yeah, hold on." They
go on.
I'm just prepping my mouth, and hold on.
No, that sounds like the whale from Free Willy. Why did they call that film Free Willy? I mean, you couldn't do it now.
No, what noise does a giraffe make? It is like, because they have their tongue and that, innit?
They got a big tongue and they've got a big. I honestly don't know. It's the same way I don't know what noise a zebra makes. I guess like a horse. I guess it's like a horsey sound.
Everybody, just go standard horse. But yeah, so I bought a little giraffe thing, a little giraffe jobby. What else? I usually keep them in here. I bought a new candle.
Oh yeah. That's
like a little candle lighter.
Because just in case, so you can find your torch with the candle.
With the candle. Do you know, it's all about lighting up people's lives. Speaking of which, I also bought some night vision goggles, which are under the bed. That's cool. That's a cool purchase. They were aged 11 plus, and they're a little bit smaller. I don't think they're the adult size, but they need some new batteries as well. But yeah. So that's it, man. Random things for me is like the props, the torches, the night vision goggles, the random purchases that people would call junk, which to me are treasures.
I love that. We've got one tiny question, and it's only because I asked this because I think it's really important, especially just for people's well-being right now. And it's a nice thing to do something nice for yourself as well. So I'm going to say something random for you is torches and random bits around your house, like a giraffe, not a real one. But the next question, and you don't have to answer it for too long, is Tyler, what is the best thing about you? You'll find out after this. We've gone straight back in. We've gone back in. Say nice stuff about yourself and people freak out. Say 10 things horrible about yourself. We can do it like easy. Come on, mate. What is the best thing about yourself, mate?
This is only something that I've realized sort of over, but like being locked away for a year, basically. Because that's what lockdown's been. It's only something that I've realized, as of recently. But it's only because also then I've been able to ground myself and get myself to a place to help other people. But I think it's the optimism. It's like I'm always it stems from my nana. My nana was like, you know, there could be someone over there that's a horrible person or not got a lot going for them, and she will find one good thing to ride on with that. And it was and that just kind of got passed down to me, man. And like it's only now where I've been through things that I've been through that I'm able to showcase that. And what I mean by optimism is that, like, there was one guy who put it perfectly to me. He said to me once before, he was like, I'll just say, for example, you're going into what, like, your goal or like where you want to be or who you want to be as a person is in central London, and you got to get the tube in. It's like, just say, for example, the Northern Line, your usual route that you would take, that's closed today. There's closures everywhere. All right, cool. No worries. You can get the bus in. All the buses are gridlocked. Like, you can't get the bus anymore. Your Oyster card isn't working. No worries. You can drive in. All right, cool. Your car's got a flat tire. You can't use your car. All right, no worries. Then you'll cycle. Cycle. Your bike's broken. It's not working. The chains come off. It's like, all right, then no worries. We'll walk in. It's going to take a few hours, but it's just like, basically, if your point's from A to B, there is always a point and there is always a way to get to B. It just depends on how willing and how driven you are to go and do that. So I think if you can find that drive, which is that small bone or that small little win that my nana talks about, just that one little good thing, then by all means, with that optimism, you can literally achieve or be anything that you want to be.
I think that's a perfect answer as well. Yes, Tyler, you've been an absolute star. What's coming up for you next? What are you doing? Obviously, you got your radio show, which you're smashing out every single second of the day. But no, what time do you start? What time do you have to be there?
So yes, I do the drive show over on Kiss. So that's from 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. I also do the chart show on a Sunday, and then also and then also we made a TV show during lockdown, which was mad. So Flat Out Fabulous is available right now on BBC Three, on the BBC iPlayer. And yeah, it's an incredible, it kind of fits in exactly with this podcast, to be fair. It's about some of the best things. It's a feel good factor when you watch that, man. It's BBC Three's brand new home makeover show. We go in, transform some lives, have a lot of fun in the process. And Tyler cannot do DIY for shit. Okay, so
you have people for that. You have people for that.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, I made this one earlier. Literally, like, it's never been used so much in TV since I came on the screen. So yeah, definitely go check it out. Flat Out Fabulous is on the BBC, on BBC Three and BBC iPlayer right now.
Of course, I'll say that. This will be in the links below. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Also, we can get you on social media, which is at Tyler West with 2 T's at the end. Did someone take the 1 T? Is this what happened?
This is exactly what happened. And I spent my whole life trying to explain Tyler West with an extra T on the end.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm very excited when new platforms come out that I can actually just get my name. But do you want to get your name, or do you have to do the 2 T thing on everything?
I've just kept it 2 T's on everything, because it's also then quite nice to see who does spelling mistakes when they put me on brochures and stuff. It's quite nice to know if they actually know the real me or if they're just reading my social media. So yeah, man, Tyler West with an extra T on the end. And if Tyler West with 1 T is listening in, can you please answer your DMs?
See, I have the same problem. People took my name when I did the X Factor back in the day. Then they never use it. It's got my picture on. I've said to these platforms, can I have it? And they're like, no. And I'm like, why? It's got my picture on. It's me. You know it's me. Come on. And if I change, and I can't change anything, because if you change anything, you lose your verification. So
yeah, exactly.
Stuck there. Tyler, you're in an absolute bloody star. And I'm so glad we got to do this. And good luck with everything you're doing. And good luck with your new TV show. You're just smashing it. You're doing everything. You're one of those people who can just do everything apart from DIY or eat peas.
There we go.
Thanks very much, buddy. Absolute legend. Make sure you listen to his show on Kiss, doing Drive every day, Monday to Friday, and he's even on Sunday. He's doing so much. Thank you to everyone who makes this podcast what it is. So thank you so much to Adam Harris and his fact checking. Find out his answer right at the end of this. Thank you to Bethia Beach, who'll be playing her track of the pod right after Fact Chicken's answer. The boys doing the reviews, Tom and Revan, we love you. You make it what it is, and I always love your reviews. The music in the background is by Tom Baxter, Jimmy Lundy, and myself, and the artwork is done by JMD. Next up, Adam Harris's answer to Fact Chicken, followed by Bethia Beach track of the pod. We'll see you next time. I can't wait.
Hey, sup, y'all, Fat Chicken. Well done for sitting through all that. I was finding out for you, there's an animal that has 32 brains. I was finding out what that animal is. The answer is leeches have 32 brains. A leech's internal structure is divided into 32 different segments, and on each of those segments, they have its own brain. In addition to that, every leech also has 9 pairs of testes. Another one of those for you on the next episode. Cluck, cluck.
boy is mine. He took my hand and it was dynamite. He made me smile. He comforted me into the lonely night. But he didn't back down when he bang, bang, bang on my bedroom door, and that's when he made a stand. He took away the bang, bang, bangs from my memories, and that's when I took his hand. And he told me, oh, I'll never let you go. I wanna be your Romeo, be with you until I'm old. A kiss away from you, promise me you'll never leave. Be the one for me, take away the misery. A kiss away from you, bang, bang.